Okay, number five, I think it's an interesting question. We worked through it, we got a solution to it, and then I displayed a graph for it. I want to go to that graph, and I realize for some students the graph is what's confusing them, right? So I see the graph of two things, and someone says, "What two things you seeing?" Well, I'm seeing this, which is a hyperbola, and I've seen this over here, which is, sort of like that star-shaped object that's centered at the origin. All right, so I see that, what I call a star-shaped object, sort of like a star. But when you look at it, you see these. It looks like there's more than 4 points of intersection, and you may say to yourself, "Well, I'll just keep zooming in on the graph you gave me, and maybe I'll see some separation over there." And the thing is, you're not going to see separation here. So what I want to do is I want to go to the graphing application. Let me do that. And I'm going to go there now. And I just regraphed it for you. It's all I've done. All right, that's the graph over there. And again, what I want to do is show you that around these regions over here, you're going to see separation. And I colorized the curves for you. So the red curve is that hyperbola, and the black curve is that star-shaped object. So what I want to do is I want to zoom into this little region over here to show you there's actually separation. And the way I'm going to do that, I'm going to just zoom in like this. Now, I hope you see when you look at that, what are you seeing over here? You see that red line, you see it going through at that point, and you could zoom in further and further and further, but you do see separation there, all right? Like above it, the red curve is above it, and now the red curve below that point is below that black curve, all right? You see that clearly. All right, let me go back and look at the other ones. And I want to zoom in this region over here now. So I'm going to draw my little box around it and take a look at it. And I still see separation, right? I see separation. Although mild, it's not like a great separation. I do see separation. And you could keep zooming into that region and you're going to see separation. Now, granted, it's in the fineness of the computer. The resolution here is not infinite. But if you had infinite resolution, you would clearly see, you'd keep zooming in, you'd see infinite separation, except at that one single point there. All right, let me keep going back. And again, we're just zooming into various little points over here. And again, I'm expecting to see a separation over here as well. Right, I'm going to zoom in that little region there. And you know what? I still see separation. The black curve, red curve is separating. Are they coming close together? They certainly are. The only place they're meeting, though, is exactly at that point. And we showed that through the algebra. All right, let me go back to the fourth point. And the fourth point's over here. And I'm seeing separation. I'm seeing separation. By the way, if you want, you can do something like this to see a more pronounced separation. And you can do that all day long. All right, what's the key over here is that it's separating. What does it mean? The red curve, the black curve, they're meeting at a point, but outside that point, at least in this local region, they're not touching one another. All right, let me go back to the original picture. And the original picture is deceiving. There's no doubt about it, including if you just simply did, oh, let's look at this over here. It still looks like it's touching everywhere. It really does. Now, when I say everywhere, everywhere between those 4 points appears it's touching, all right? But it's not. We showed that certainly through the algebra, but also the visual. If you zoom in close enough, it's not touching in those regions except at those given points. Thank you.